saying today, Dorothy. I was called into work early, so I asked Sophia to go for it.
You let Ma leave the house with $3,000 of our money?
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong? Odds are she'd probably come back with a handful of magic beans.
Dorothy, just relax. Your mother is a responsible woman.
Purse. I didn't really want any gum.
I wander now. I don't decide anything anymore. I wait for things to happen.
I became an assistant basketball coach. Then I became a teacher. Then came the priesthood.
What do you think you'll do next?
Would anybody care for more coffee? I have another pot brewing.
Oh, yes, let me give you a hand, Dorothy. Excuse me.
You know, black is your color.
She's something. I'm really proud of her. Now, if I could just manage to rope myself a doctor that easily.
Honey, I don't think there's enough sugar left in the bowl. He's back. I saw him running across my...
I don't think you realize how very much you meant to him. Or how very much you meant to me.
To you, I don't understand.
I didn't have a wife or a sweetheart back home. And when Charlie would read me your letters, I felt like, well, that someone cared.
It wasn't as touching as I thought.
I'm just glad everything worked out. I never want to have to go through that again.
Oh, I knew it would all be okay.
You know, Rose, I think you deserve a lot of the credit. You're the only one smart enough to double-check on that fire inspector.
Yes, I'm proud of you, Rose.
You seem a little insensitive.
No, it's not. You're just tired.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's okay. I better be going.
No, you just stay right where you are. Now, Rose.
I can't sleep.
Try counting sheep.
I can't.
My dresser.
Who's back?
O.J. Simpson, Rose. The rat is back.
He's not a rat. He's a mouse.
He is history. I'm calling the exterminator.
Oh, no, Dorothy, don't do that. I'll talk to him.
But you'll talk to the exterminator?
No, the mouse. I can communicate with animals.
Sophia, please. How am I supposed to keep you out of trouble? Why are you going through Dorothy's things?
Because I've already been through yours. Oh, my God, this box is a treasure trove.
I guess as long as you already have it out. Let's just... I'll look it up.
I can't sleep in a bed that's had a dead person in it. I just can't.
You'll get a new bed.
And sheets.
And sheets.
And a blanket.
Burn down the house.
Oh, poor Al. And he just got a hair transplant.
And the fans, they went crazy. They were screaming and jumping up and down just like it was the 60s. I mean, everyone except me. I mean, I had a fabulous time, but I managed to retain my dignity. Morning, blokes. I said go on.
Give him a break. He's barely got it out once with a straight face.
What about me? Could I be a goddess too?
No. You are an Earth Mother. Sweet.
I really didn't want that job anyway. I don't need that kind of pressure in my life.
You know what you're going to wind up with in your life? Nothing. Then what are you going to do? Sponge off your kids? Move in with them? Have them take care of you? Okay, bad example.
Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen, does Dorothy get the job or not?
Oh, sure, I don't care.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Allen. I hope I can live up to your expectations.
Stop. So what are you going to say?
I don't know. I just want to say a few words to give the man some dignity and show him a little respect.
Ready?
to run with the bulls in Pamplona? Maybe you're right.
I'll call you in a few weeks.
Okay. I mean,
No.
And isn't it true that... Excuse me, but that's the nicest tie I've ever seen.
Thanks.
Didn't you tell Rose Nyland you were living in a slum?
Sure, but
No further questions. Isn't it true, Mrs. Devereaux, that Mrs. Zabornak is the kind of person who likes to...
I'll tell you what, why don't we spend tomorrow afternoon together? We'll work on our bonding. I'll take you to Wolfie's for an egg cream.
A chocolate egg cream?
You betcha.
Oh, boy, a chocolate egg cream. Forget it, Dorothy. I smell a pony ride.
I was too shocked and I didn't know how to tell him. And to tell the truth, I don't even know what I want to tell him.
What do you mean?
I mean that I am totally confused about what I feel.
Hi, Stan. Hello, Stan.
Blanche?
Silly water-retaining rose. She was discovered for the movies. I was discovered by a print ad photographer and the shoots today.
Oh, Blanche, haven't you had enough problems with photographers? Remember the last time? I mean, sure, the pictures turned out...
And he told me to dress him.
And?
And I dressed him. And then we had a fight. I grabbed a pair of white pants, and I was putting them on him, and Charlie said it was after Labor Day, and he couldn't wear white.
In the middle of a heart attack?
Well, we do have cheaper brands, but anyone who's, serious about training wouldn't even go near them.
Well, then we'll take those.
Fine. You'll also need aerobic suits, warm-up outfits, wristbands, headbands, leg warmers.
Wait a minute. Leg warmers?
Well, you need something to keep your thighs warm. What are you using now?
Friction, that's what...
Well, I'm leaving. I found a compatible roommate. Here's my new address and phone number.
Oh, come on, Ma, you're joking.
It's no joke. Ciao. Auf Wiedersehen. Arrivederci and sayonara.
Well, I can't believe it. It was only yesterday you were selling us cookies.
Now she's giving them away.
Mary, honey, have you told your father?
Well, I tried, but since Mom died, I don't know. We're just on different wavelengths.
Well, honey, what about the baby's father? I mean, after all, it's his responsibility, too.
Don't.
I still don't understand the problem. He was wearing the dress.
My goodness, you're as cute as Dorothy said you'd be. That never happens.
Well, a lot of my ex-students were surprised that I wasn't older, but they failed to realize I started teaching right out of college. I really wasn't much older than they were.
I love you.
Thank you.
And you?
I care for you.
You care for me?
Yes, very much. I probably should have said that sooner. Well, let's go get some sleep now.
Or Dynasty, or Falcon's Landing, or one of those. They're all the same.
Oh, I thought you were the one.
Oh, please, I could never do anything like that. If you saw my brother-in-law, you'd know why.
Now, look, Rose, you're going to have to go to...
Yeah, the ladies are out of the house. The transmitter's working perfectly. I hear everything clear as a bell.
They really did it. I can't believe it. I got to tell you, Bobby, I had big doubts about this one.
Oh, man, I didn't dare look at it. I thought it was...
Congratulations, ladies. You did a great job.
It's really working.
Bobby, give her the phones. Let her hear.
Oh, I hate to say this, but it was all...
For your information, I'm not here to audition.
Why are you here?
I realized I had no talent, so I decided to become an agent. Why Ryan O'Neal hasn't come to the same conclusion, I'll never understand. Anyway, I'm proud to announce I'm the exclusive worldwide representative of the Donatello Triplets.
Little.
Ma! Blanche made me do it.
What, don't you have a mind of your own? If Gladys Goldfine told you to drink a whole bottle of Kaopectate, would you?
Who blabbed?
Everybody, just calm down. Sophia, tell me what happened.
Same old story.
Rough labor?
Rough conception.
Oh, she doesn't need those classes. I think women ought to have babies the way God intended, strapped to a table numb from the neck down.
And a pinch of baking soda.
Ma, that looked like an awfully big pinch.
Who cares?
We had a pig once. All the male pigs loved her. Oh, she was very beautiful. And she got pregnant, and we never knew who the father was.
Oh, my God, Rose, what did you do on Father's Day?
Here we go. Week of the 7th. Let's see.
Who was it?
Blanche? Go ahead, Uncle Angelo.
Anyway, I spent so much money on this girl, I forget about my business. The bank foreclosed, leaving me flat broke. I got no savings, no place to live. And I gotta tell you, a lot of women find this a negative.
Seems like we still couldn't let go of the past. Oh, Melissa, I don't want to go through that again. I would just die if I thought that was going to happen to us.
This is really lovely, Raymond.
I hope you'd like it.
Reminds me of the place I met Charles de Gaulle. We were lovers, you know.
Really?
Ma, that's a lie.
Elmer Fudd was chasing Bugs, and he stuck his gun down a hole in the ground that Bugs had painted.
Excuse me, Rose. Blanche, could I see the rule book? Thank you.
What say we call it a night?
I need a new menu. Mine seems to be full of mistakes. For example, it says a small glass of tomato juice is $6. I see. Oh, room service, I'll have to call you back.
Be nice meeting you. I'm sure she's all right, but you call me if you need me, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Yeah?
Goodbye, Elliot.
Goodbye, Dorothy.
Oh, thank you for being a kind and generous God.
I hope it's death.
Get it, Rose.
Charmaine! Blanche, look who's here. It's Charmaine.
Oh, good. Ringside seats.
Use vodka and black underwear like everyone else.
Can we just get this over before I lose my nerve?
Marguerite, I hate to interrupt your work, but we have to talk to you.
Yeah, but before we do, I just want you to know that Tootie is my favorite on The Facts of Life.
Me just a little. Thank you. You know, I have been practicing law for many, many years. It has always amazed me how little my job actually had to do with justice.
Rose Blanche.
How about a game of hide and seek?
Sure! Yeah!
Well, how about you, Norman?
Isn't that outfit a little young for you?
Come on, Norman, let's go. That boy hates me.
Oh, no, he doesn't, but he is so. The diary. No, not at all. And I'm really shocked that you read it.
Then I guess you're not interested to hear some of the other things she had to say about you.
Not in the slightest.
Uh-huh. Oh, fine. Suit yourself.
Twice in 2 days? Then he shows up with that girl today. Whew, how old could she have been?
Not very.
You're not like most women, Blanche, I'll tell you that.
What do you mean?
Well, wouldn't most women let a thing like this make them feel old?
Yes.
And
We're rough and rugged. We never see doctors. Never. In fact, my great-grandfather once removed his neighbor's appendix, and he wasn't even sick.
Why would he do that?
Let's just say they were playing poker and the stakes got a little high.
Rose, you have been looking pale and drawn the last...
Hey, if I want to leave, I'll leave. I'm free, single, and 80.
I'm not going to take no for an answer. You're staying.
I should have known you couldn't make it without me.
You're right, I can't. And neither can Blanche and neither can Rose.
Of course not, Rose. The woman can hardly find her way to...
Honey, you just follow the doctor's orders and everything will be fine.
Dorothy, I cannot possibly go without physical activity for an entire week. I have serious needs. After all, I'm at my sexual peak.
Blanche.
Well, I am, Dorothy. When a woman's at her sexual peak...
Blanche, boy, this is my child.
Mom, I'm not a child anymore. I wish you wouldn't treat me like one.
Oh, don't.
Run out and get pregnant.
We have a lot of features here to create the right environment for both you and baby. That's why we have music piped into every room.
So, Mama, what do you think?
I think it would cost less to squat in the Laura Ashley showroom.
Rose, could I see you for a moment?
You're mad, aren't you?
Honest man. That's why we all believed in you. But now you started lying, and you're just like so many other politicians. Dishonest. If you even win this election, it won't mean a hill of beans, because it won't be you winning. You'll never be a great man, Gil, without being an... Oh, come on now. I heard you laughing. What's so funny?
For starters, Gina's a lesbian.
What's funny about that?
You aren't surprised?
Of course not. I mean, I've never known any personally, but isn't Danny Thomas one?
Phil, Blanche got a new car.
Yeah, we're all gonna pile in and go cruising. You wanna go with us?
No, I think I'll just stay home tonight. I feel, like, just sitting.
Me too. I think I'll have a cup of tea.
Yeah, it's kind of late. I'm a little tired.
Please, nobody touch anything. My name is Spade Marlowe. I'm a private detective retained by the late philanthropist, Giles Forsythe. Because when an 88-year-old man marries a 22-year-old girl, he likes to know what she's up to.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but does anybody but me think the happy...
I will go down in history. First I wrote all day, then I tore it all up, and then that night it came to me, and the words poured forth like liquid from a stream. It was almost a mystical experience. Somebody else was writing this. Who? Everman. This is Evan. He shot my balls.
Thank God, I hated that thing.
What are you doing shooting? Are you crazy? I heard a noise. I thought it was the robbers.
I managed to live 81 years. I survived pneumonia, 2 operations, a stroke. One night I'll belch and... To me, Barbara, I'm Carol. Oh, yeah, the whiny one. Barbara's your sister, and sisters don't always get along, do they?
Tell me about it.
How do you deal with that feeling of betrayal?
Betrayal for what?
What do you mean for what? For that thing?
What thing?
Tomorrow, I am going to a scalper, and I'm going to buy 4 tickets.
You better make that 3. My final exam is that night.
Oh, honey, it's too bad.
Oh, well, what difference does it make? My social life's gone down the drain anyway. All I ever do is study. You know, it cannot be good for you. It's unnatural. It's unhealthy. It's unlighting what Tom Brokaw looks like naked.
He must have sensed it. I thought I saw him looking down your blouse. Hi, Ma. Hi, Tony.
Look, Dorothy, we won the dance contest at the Sons of Italy Bash.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, I had no idea you were such a good dancer.
You were gone. I loved you. I spent the next few years wondering what I'd done, what I'd said to make you leave me. So that's what this is all about.
Honey, you didn't do anything wrong. I had to leave that night because your mother found out about your father and me.
And the sex is no good if it isn't with someone you love.
Rose?
Oh, the very thought of it makes me feel dirty.
Rose?
Oh, gosh, she's right. I do feel dirty.
Well, don't worry, you'll get used to it.
Blanche, I'm going home, getting down on my knees and begging for forgiveness.
The lowest you're going to see.
Are you kidding? This is the highest I have seen. Look!
$3,000?
Hey, ladies, hire whoever you like, but I'm an expert. I can take a toilet apart blindfolded.
Now there's a dying art. What's your point?
The point is, a lot of things can go wrong. Wood rot, loose plaster, cracked pipe.
The funeral is for a neighbor.
Oh, well, my condolences.
Oh, no, there's no need. We didn't like her.
In fact, the whole neighborhood despised her.
Oh, I see. Well, how did she pass on?
She killed him.
Rough neighborhood.
Look, Mr. Pfeiffer.
Guess it's time to turn in.
I guess.
You're not tired?
Not really.
Me neither. Do you feel like dancing?
Oh, I'd love to. I can be dressed and back in that ballroom in 10 minutes.
No, Rose.
The artwork of Adolf Hitler.
The minute we saw it, we knew it was for you.
Thank you so much, Stanley. I'm going to put it right here on the coffee table.
It's from Dorothy, too.
If I had to thank her, I'd choke on the words.
Please risk it.
I'm a good speller, and I'm very prompt, and, well, actually, there's no law that says it has to be 3.
Actually, I just thought of a third one. I can snap a friend's neck like a twig.
Oh, hello there, how'd you do?
We came in second.
Oh, that's terrific, what'd you get?
Treated badly. They told us to get out of the way when they took the winner's picture with Anita Bryant.
Oh, for those old judges, no, I'd love to hear your song.
Oh, forget it, Blanche.
It's a chocolate soft drink.
I never had one.
You know what? I bet if we had to, we could do a pretty good job of raising Emily.
Well, I don't know if we'd have the physical energy, but I'm sure it would be a lot easier for us after all we've been through.
What are we... You two were victims of the oldest confidence game going. The pigeon drop.
But he just seems so honest.
Well, that's why it's called a confidence game. I mean, he has to win your confidence or you wouldn't put up the money.
It wasn't his idea. The nun suggested it.
She was part of the team. They always...
Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Listen, if you're not doing anything around Memorial Day, maybe you'll come down for a visit.
How about me?
Of course, Dennis. Of course. You're always included.
Dorothy, you're hurting me.
Oh, I wonder what would happen if somebody called up my sister Virginia and told her this terribly embarrassing story. I guess there's only one way to find out.
Well, I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed. You coming, Ma? Ma, how did this happen?
Vincenzo, no il garage, ma una stanza da letto.
Stanza da letto? Sofia, tu mi hai detto un garage di prima classe, ti ho dato un garage di prima classe.
It was a slight misunderstanding. You see, in Sicily, every region has its own diet.
Well, Gunilla Ulfsdotter was a nurse at Cedars of St. Olaf Hospital. One night she was taking care of Sven Bjornsson. And he asked her if she would get him some more mouth moisteners and then kill him. Gunilla brought the mouth moisteners right away, but the killing thing, it's just...
Fine. Have all the space you want.
Where are you going?
To Mildred's. She's shorter than you. She doesn't need so much space.
I can't understand why the community theater chose...
Likewise.
I live here.
Oh,
You don't.
I live over on Dorado.
Ah.
It's about a 20-minute walk.
Uh-huh.
but I usually take the bus.
Are you waiting for one now?
No, I'm,
Put that into a stone tablet, but it sounds serviceable at this hour.
Oh, thanks a lot, Sophia. Good night.
Hold it, Rose. I need some advice, too.
You need advice from me?
Yeah, frightening, isn't it? It's about Dreyfus.
Don't you just love the style, the technique, the use of color?
Yeah. I'd give anything to own a painting like that.
How about that painting for a new roof?
You're kidding.
Of course she's kidding. That painting means everything to me. I could never part with it.
Sophia, are you crazy?
Crazy about the kibble.
Ma'am,
And I said,
Could we just get back to moving the furniture?
Well, the weather's cleared up. I really think we should save a big project like this for a rainy day.
now we agreed we weren't going to waste time. That'd be a big mistake, something we'd regret for the rest of our lives.
Rose, we're eating pizza, not getting tattoos.
Well, it's just nice to know there's still people out there who don't think the city's out to get them. Somebody moving in?
Hardly. With the three of us renting from Blanche, we're practically sleeping on top of each other.
Oh, you can't do that.
Well, we all wear pajamas.
You sure you're not going to say I told you so? You're a good person, Dorothy. You want some?
wonderful. Half a pound of cholesterol.
Are you sure you don't want to go take a ride and look at our swamp?
Of course, these people have corneas that look like cotton balls.
Maybe I better talk.
Is that right? Well, listen, Myra, I'm not afraid of you. I'm from Sicily. You know what the #1 export of our village is? Ransom notes. I had a flashback in the can.
Fidel Santiago!
My papers are in order. Oh, hello, Blanche.
What in hell is going on here?
Blanche,
How can you be so deceitful? What is it? Is she younger, more attractive, more desirable?
You got 2 out of 3, Blanche.
They didn't have eyes. You know, I can't eat anything with eyes like lobster.
I can't eat anything that moves.
Like what, Rose? Horses?
Like oysters.
Oysters don't move.
Coco, they could dance. Who cares? Tell us.
Oysters move. Very.
Sophia.
You still alive?
Sophia, please. Joey's alone in the bridal suite. The bride is who knows where, and the band doesn't even know Valari. You've got to do something about the curse, Sophie.
Oh, so now you believe.
I guess you can't get away from...
Use the knife.
Blanche, what are you doing? I thought we...
I'm gonna finish it tonight. I don't care if I never sleep a wink. It's just like giving birth, Rose. Once you get started, you can't stop.
Actually, you can, Blanche.
Just so embarrassed to be seen in this old thing.
Don't worry, Blanche. The dress covers most of it.
Jerry, I'd like you to meet my roommate, Blanche Devereaux.
Hey, I got an idea. You know, I'm feeling a little frisky. Did you ever make love in the out of doors?
Miles, no. Well, just once. Charlie and I went to St. Olaf's most romantic outdoor trysting place.
Then it sure can't be you.
Oh, this is ridiculous. There's only one way to settle this. Where is Laszlo?
There he is.
Laszlo, let me be the first to tell you what a simply stunning piece of art this is.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Now, who the hell is it?
You mean it's not obvious?
Not to them. When that door opens, you can see right in there.
Who cares, Blanche? We have more important things on our minds.
Take a load off, Rose. We're here. Alley number 7.
Wait a minute. What are y'all doing here? We're supposed to be sharing this alley with the Nielsen twins.
They had it this month. He couldn't set the handbrake on my wheelchair.
Grandma, that was just a coincidence.
Please, all 3 times was at the top of the stairs to the Flatbush subway station.
Mama, if Salvador hates you, why does he want you to come here and live with us?
What?
Salvador and I would like you to move in with us.
Forget it. I am not moving in.
This part needs a little work. And then now here's the chorus. It ain't gonna worry me for long. It ain't gonna worry me for long. I'll get up in the morning and I'll still be singing my song.
No thing I've never told you girls. I spent the first 8 years of my life at the St. Olaf Orphanage. Gunter and Alma Nyland are my adoptive parents.
How come you never told us about this before?
Oh, I loved my parents so much, I really never think about it. But I sure did before I became their daughter. When I was at the orphanage,
That's why she got me to go to this dance. That's where I learned all those dances. Yeah, I even go back there once in a while.
You shot my vase.
Look, couldn't this surgery wait until he gets back?
Well, if he gets a hostile jury, you may have to wait 3 to 5 years. You'd be surprised how peeved people get nowadays over any little mix-up.
Mix-up?
I didn't say mix-up. And there's no one here to prove that I did.
maybe subconsciously you were trying to block my marriage because you liked me living here.
Okay.
And Sophia, maybe you wanted to tell me about Miles and Dorothy kissing because you're just a mean old woman like the paper boy said.
Hello? What? Oh, my God. It's Ma. She's at the airport. They caught her trying to buy a ticket out of the country. Cheese.
Now smile.
We'll save a lot of time if you just do it.
Have a good time.
Thank you.
I never got to go to the junior prom in St. Olaf. How come? It was just for people named Junior.
Some stranger's word over mine. I'm not going to stand for this. Not in my own house. I want you out of here.
But you don't mean that. Dorothy, she doesn't mean
I do so mean it.
I'll be out as soon as I can find a place.
Blanche, you can't just throw Dorothy out on the street.
You just watch me.
Bear.
Yeah, the bear dream.
I hated that dream.
A bear is eating you. What's to love? You were so cute. You were always so polite when you woke me. Mommy, I'm having a bad dream.
I'm glad to hear it.
Would you care to dance?
Oh, I don't think so.
I'm usually not this forward, but Glenn Miller has such an effect on me. You don't like Glenn Miller, do you?
Oh, are you kidding? I was in the search party. Let's dance.
Hey, give me a break. You can't smell that from the hall.
Then there was the time Hans Eriksson wanted to take an elk to the prom. The whole town was divided on that one.
Pussycat, if you're writing to your brother Phil, tell him I said thanks for...
What do you want me to do? Throw her out?
Yes, and while you're at it, ditch the commie.
I don't believe this. I just don't believe it.
Blanche, what's the matter?
Listen to this. Vixen stared at herself in the mirror.
You think they had a name for the Black Plague when one guy had it? Thousands had to die before they knew what it was. Dorothy could be dying and they just don't know it.
the pantry door.
Dorothy, that was my kitchen, that was my salad. He put the heart there because he loved me. That I remember.
I'm sure you do. Listen, Ma, why don't we talk to your doctor and see what he has to say?
Yeah, well, maybe.
I'd have put money on that.
But still, St. Olaf's town motto was better Ned than Red. Ned was sort of the town idiot.
When, on your days off?
Rose, here are the poems I was going to read. Look, why don't you look them over and we'll discuss them the next time we're all together,
So long.
Bye, Blanche.
Actually, I was describing the evening.
Yeah, Burnett. Miles Weber. I just heard about the cheese man on...
This is not just a plate, mister. This is a family heirloom. It's great-great-grandma Nyland's ceremonial wedding plate. A wedding plate? Yes. The bride's family fills the plate with fruit, and then at the wedding, all the guests eat from it. And when the last piece is gone, that's when the bride and groom leave to start their wedding night, which takes place in... Maybe it's not the flu. Flu doesn't last that long.
You ought to go back to Dr. Raymond.
I did, Blanche. He said I'm fine.
Get a second opinion. She did. She went to Dr. Schlesinger. Well, then, you are fine. Now, you want to hear my idea?
She is not fine, Blanche. Look at her.
I didn't say she looks fine.
April morning.
Oh, well, you ought to talk all fresh, scrubbed, and rosy-cheeked like a country parson in a September hoedown.
Why do I get the feeling they had a maid named Honeybee when they grew up?
Come on in, Clayton. I want you to meet my best friends, Dorothy and Rose.
Nice to meet you, Clayton.
Pleasure.
Not that part, Rose. Anyway, spending time with Stan made me see something that I hadn't realized.
He dyes the hair in his ears. I noticed that month.
Dorothy, I don't know what to say.
I understand, Blanche.
Oh, no, you don't. See, I used to think I was a miracle worker, that nobody could do what I do at the museum. And then you came along and learned my job in less than a week, and I realized any idiot can be honest. I don't know if I can get all the way through it.
You mean it's not good?
Oh, it's awful. This book is totally unbelievable. The heroine, Vixen St. James, is this shallow Southern belle who's vain, self-centered, and a pushover for any man that crosses her path.
She's right. That is unbelievable.
Hey about that.
I wish you hadn't done that, Blanche.
Hush up. It was for your own good.
There's something you just don't understand.
Oh, I understand perfectly. I pushed you into meeting all those women. That's why this happened. But it is over. Rose will be just fine.
Blanche, it's not as simple...
Clay.
Made it run, made it race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done.
Well, Blanche, what do you think?
Sophia, what have you done?
Save my puckered little Sicilian behind, that's what. When Drivers didn't come home again this morning, I went to the pet shop and got a duplicate. Amazing, isn't it?
Oh, Rose, I wish I knew what to say to make you feel better.
Say I'm okay.
You know, we always tend to think the worst, so that when the news does finally come, it's never as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Well,
the good news...
superhero code, he'd never drop a girl.
Well, I'm glad the publicity stunt worked, and I could not be happier that you got your job back.
Freddie will be here any second. We've got a lot to celebrate.
Yes, I'm still Mr. Terrific, and he's still Mr. Policeman.
I cannot sleep. Yes, and yours aren't?
Please, Gloria, I'm happy for your children, all except Catherine. No, she really should have taken the nose job instead of the Mustang for graduation.
This reminds me of when we were little.
And you used to tell me bedtimes.
Proud of you, Stan. Really proud.
That was a lovely thing you did.
You made me believe in Santa Claus again.
Me too. Oh, not me. I knew it was Stan all along.
After I walked out of here this afternoon, I realized that I'm more fortunate than a lot of people. Tomorrow I'm going to get the...
How's that possible? Another man showed up?
What I mean is, I had never seen a man before.
A man? More than you do. But what can I do? Ma's ankles haven't healed yet. And besides, Nurse Defarge means well.
Dorothy, at 2 a.m. this morning, I was entertaining a gentleman caller. When she opened the door at the most inopportune time.
I seem a little insensitive.
No, it's not. You're just tired.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's okay. I better be going.
No, now you just stay right where you are. Now, Rose.
I can't sleep.
Try counting sheep. I can't.
You told us, Blanche, because he's blind.
Yes, because he's blind, but you don't know what it meant to me dating a blind man. John took away the one thing I'd always felt secure about, my looks. How do I always attract men? By being pretty, by acting sexy, showing a little leg. With John, those things don't work. I spent half the time
We never had a barbecue in St. Olaf after the tragedy.
I guess we have to ask.
No, we don't.
She'll... Ma.
What?
That noise.
What noise?
The noise you're making with your nose and throat.
I got a post-nasal drip. What would you like me to do? Drown in
fun, and you are like those people you see stopping strangers for spare change. Oh, well, that explains it all. Now I feel much better. So you're really a student working on your doctorate.
I'm really an alcoholic who needs a place to sleep.
What?
It's true. I've already got my doctorate.
Fella's getting out. Gee, that's going to be rough. I bet after 10 years in the jug, he's going to be pretty short on foreplay.
Come in.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, you agreed when I said it.
Ladies, let me explain. You know I should have made my choice long ago, but the truth is you each inspired me so well. I wish I could continue seeing you all, but I understand why that is unacceptable. Therefore, my choice will have to be...
Laszlo, before you make your choice, just let me say...
$35,000
and 4 gold teeth.
Nice going, Counselor. Exactly how close to the television are you sitting when you're watching La Law? I'm going to be dead in 24 hours. Couldn't you stay in the closet for one more day?
Rose, what are you doing here?
When the answer is always no. Oh, wait a minute. I made a mistake. There are flowers for you today.
Really? Which one?
All of them. And the balloons, too. There's no one here to deliver them right now, so you leave your walker here and...
Real cold feels like. I guess I've gotten used to tropical weather.
You here all the way from Nebraska?
Miami.
Miami. That closer to Omaha or Lincoln?
Gee, it's great to be home. They told me in Minneapolis that I could change buses here.
Gray. These are black. I look like Buddy Holly. You get in the kitchen and eat your slop before I spank that little pink fanny. All right, I'm going. Oh, Oh, sorry. That's the way they used to call us for dinner at the home. The tomato sauce is like me, hot and spicy. And the mozzarella is like our love. It stretches, but it never breaks.
Oh, that's lovely, but I don't see what luck had to do with it.
You were conceived that night, Dorothy.
Ma.
What's lucky is your father never...
You were all in the kitchen. Why did you keep asking me if I'd lost this wallet with $50 in it?
My mom, the eternal Girl Scout.
You were very quiet on the way over.
You gave me a lot to think about.
Oh, come on, you had to see it coming.
I just didn't expect...
Dorothy? Dorothy? Oh, good. I think she's waking up. Oh, honey, come on, sweetie. Here, darling. Are you all right?
Oh.
Here.
Oh, I'm fine, Rose. Oh, that was strange. I've never fainted before.
Me neither. What does it feel like after you're fat? I never really liked it much anyway. It's just that my grandmother gave this to me on her deathbed. She was very, very sick for a very, very long time. I loved her very, very much.
Blanche, why don't you just grind the broken piece?
News. They're sending me back.
Oh, Mario, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Oh, it's so unfair. I can't believe it. But listen, this doesn't mean that we're going to have to give up. We're going to fight this. There are legal ways to keep you in this country, and tomorrow morning we're going to find out. But just for the night. Oh, thank you, Annie Dorothy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, do you believe this?
Nah, I saw her lips move. States. Then he should know better.
This is...
Blanche Devereaux, it's a real pleasure, Mr. President. My, you do have a lot of Secret Service men, don't you?
Hi, Blanche.
Hi, fellas.
Thank you, Mrs. Devereaux. And, Mr. President, this is Dorothy Zbornak.
Here and hit those books.
Oh, if you want a diploma, you have to apply yourself. Do you think Bob Hope got all those degrees without studying?
Rose, let me handle this. Listen, Blanche, nobody said that going back to...
Pay me enough to endorse that slime on a shingle.
No, this is a nationwide commercial. There is a lot of money involved here.
Sorry, Dorothy. There are two things a Sicilian won't do. Lie about pizza and file a tax return. Forget it, Si. Do people treat you differently because you're a lesbian? Well, most people don't know. Really? I would have guessed right off. Next question to Dorothy. What kind of pain and...
The first really wonderful guy I've met in a long time, and he turns out to have a more serious involvement.
With whom?
Pam Dauber. The church. Or at least he did until he met me.
You know, you take the religious aspect out of this, and it's really quite romantic. A man giving up everything for the woman he loves, kind of like the spite.
I'm upset because we haven't told her the truth about Buddy.
I thought everything turned out all right. She gave him the brush off. She didn't give him any money. He didn't even take the watch.
I know, but we're letting her live with a lie.
So a little lie gave her a lot of pleasure. What harm does that do?
Oh, I don't know.
Then what's the problem?
It doesn't seem...
I can find both the time and the interest. Right now, I have a date.
Look, Blanche, I'm only thinking of you.
But you know what I think? I think you just ought to mind your own damn business.
I'm coming, sweetheart.
I'll make you some nice hot milk, and then we're going to pile you into bed.
Rose, you're my friend, so I'm going to let you read a few pages, but you have to give me your word you won't tell anyone. Your word.
Of course, and then will you sleep?
Whatever. I can trust you. I know I can. You're from Minnesota.
Dorothy. Where are the Ural Mountains?
Well, Blanche. A pot of lip gloss and a tube of Maybelline can't help you now, can they?
Who needs you anyway? Hey.
A word which means lonely, middle-aged woman desperate to meet men.
Oh, is that a clue on your crossword puzzle?
No, I'm getting your personalized license plate for your car.
Here you go, sweetheart. Dorothy, have you ever heard of something called dirty dancing?
Well, of course. I made some nice hot cocoa.
Now, Rosa, tell us how you got up the courage to save that eagle.
It was just a bird.
Well, what about saving that there school bus, huh?
I just gave it directions.
Oh, yeah, but there was a bridge washed out on the road ahead.
Really? Litter of Snellmations.
You know, Rose, sometimes I wish somebody had turned the hose on your parents.
Oh, about this. I told you he was younger.
Yes, but you sure didn't tell me he was white. No daughter of mine is marrying some skinny white boy.
You need something to go in that skillet.
A car, we want a car.
No, a lifetime supply of soup. Yes, it's soup, soup, and more soup, every kind you can imagine, and it's yours for the rest of your lifetime. Well, that's our show for today, folks. Contestants, come on down and give you.
Well, I'm gonna miss you too, Rose.
How was the shrimp?
Unfortunately, I'll never know. You see, he's Jewish and we can't see each other anymore.
Blanche, I am impressed. You have really changed your tune.
You know, it's funny how that happened. There I was, staying up last night, coming up with excuses to get out of this. And then it occurred to me. I said, water lily. That's what I call myself sometimes. I can turn right around and spit in your face.
I'm sorry, Ma.
Few months, huh? That should give me enough time to finish the scarf.
1930s?
No, 30 degrees. Do I look like Willard Scott? Of course, the 1930s. 3 close friends are haggling over a camel.
How many humps?
None. I'm talking about a cigarette. It was the last one. Well, anyway.
Come on. Doesn't work in a museum the way we do.
I call them Winter of St. Olaf and Spring of St. Olaf and Summer of St. Olaf.
Why haven't you painted the fall of St. Olaf?
Because it hasn't happened yet. Although we came pretty close when new math came along.
Oh, tell us, Ernie, have you ever been married?
I'm divorced.
Oh, was the breakup caused by your drinking problem?
I don't have a drinking problem.
Were you cheating on your wife?
Is this a Barbara Walters special?
I guess the two of you want to get going.
Oh, great. It was a pleasure meeting you all. Good night now.
Have fun. Bye-bye.
Hey, Dorothy, guess who's on Johnny Carson tonight?
Who?
Johnny Carson.
Must be the anniversary show. Rose, what's that supposed to be?
A flab stimulator.
So, just tell Jackie that you'd prefer Marla to do your hair.
I can't. Jackie and I go way back together, before Bouffant.
God, you're practically family.
I know. So what if I switch to Marla and you take my appointment with Jackie?
But you just told...
Sicilian, Yutz means Apollo.
Ma, will you stop that?
It wouldn't hurt you to learn how to kiss up.
Stanley, one question. If things are going so well, what is it you want?
Glad you asked, babe. I need your help. I want to export the Zborny to Japan.
Well, it's not easy, you know. I have my job and I have responsibilities. I've never been invited.
Well, I'm inviting you. I have a huge house with servants and an ocean view.
And Bert Convey shops in my grocery store.
Bert Convey? Stanley, you're not going to die.
Yes, I am. I'm going to die. That's why there are some things I have to say to you tonight. I love you, Dorothy. I know that sounds crazy coming from a guy who walked out on you after 38 years, but it's true.
Look, I've already forgiven you for that, Stan. Besides...
Bad date.
What did you do the rest of the night?
Well, I tried to comfort him. I must have lost track of time because the next thing I knew it was morning. Oh, I better get some rest. We're meeting for lunch. Enjoy, Ma.
Miles? Oh, my poor Miles.
Rose? Rose, is that you? Oh, over here.
You seem a little insensitive.
No, it's not. You're just tired.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's okay. I better be going.
No, you just stay right where you are. Now, Rose.
I can't sleep.
Try counting sheep.
I can't sing.
Spill it, Ma.
I'm scared. I'll do anything you say.
Where is the jacket, Ma?
I gave it to the guy from the thrift shop.
You what?
Let's go. We've got to get down there before they sell it.
Big deal. It's only a
My looks.
No, I'd say that you were one of the prettiest friends.
One of?
The Blanche. The prettiest. What would you say about me?
Dorothy, come on.
I told you. You can tell me.
All right. Well,
great show.
I watch it every night.
Oh, we know. We missed the entire Gulf War.
I like to play along. Sometimes I win.
Yes, you do, Pussycat. You win a lot. You've got a wonderful life.
I'm gonna do it, Ma. This is my shot. They're taking applications
I think the thing that really turned her around was when I told her that when it comes to men, I'm just a lot of talk. Embellishment's one of the oldest traditions in the South. Tall tales and tall drinks. I don't really sleep around near as much as I say I do.
Is that true, Blanche?
Maybe I'll tell you what. This.
What is it?
Rose's diary.
What are you doing with it?
It was just lying out on the dining room table. I picked it up and the lock just popped right open. Just like here. Listen to this. Dear diary, I don't know how much longer I can stand.
So when I turned 17, I told my father that I wanted to take acting lessons.
What did he say?
No.
Great story, Rose. But you know what? Hollywood's not a bad idea.
Well, what do you say?
Tell us all about the big weekend.
And don't leave out a thing. I want you to start with the sweet nothings he whispered in your ear.
Well, okay. First, he said that I was a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
And then he said I was fun to be with.
Yeah.
And then he liked Blanche to go to bed at 8 o'clock.
At least not by herself.
Now Blanche is depressed, Rose.
Do you think she's depressed about Rebecca?
No, Rose. She's depressed because Marblehead Manor is only on once a week.
Why, I still can.
And you're going to be all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Good night.
Get yourself a good night's sleep.
Good night.
Oh, Blanche, just out of curiosity, were they in the dream?
As good.
Nothing.
Who are you?
I'm the doctor.
We'll see about that.
Look, Mrs.
Trillo, I'm Dorothy's mother, and I want to know what's wrong with her. And don't tell me nothing because I know there's something wrong with her. Mothers know.
Look, Ma, I'll talk to you about it later.
Your daughter is...
Sophia!
All right, you've got a second chance. But if you hurt my daughter again, I'll make you miserable for the rest of my life. And if I lay off meat and dairy, that could be as much as 5 years.
Isn't it, Busty?
It sure is, Biff.
It makes me want to kiss you, Josie.
Oh, mind your manners, Biff. While we at the 4th of July picnic, the whole town is here.
To hell with this town. Come away with me.
But you're a drifter, Biff. I can't just pull up stakes and run off.
Don't be too tough on her. I mean, look how great you turned out.
Merci.
Isaac, would you get us some champagne?
Is that the stuff that's in the bottle or in the bowl? Well, never mind. I'll figure it out.
Listen, Rose, we have to talk to you.
I want to talk to you, too. Isaac is the shyest man I've ever met. He won't even...
Is how to make a fist. Let's meet our lucky contestants. First on the green team, we have Dorothy Zbornak, an English teacher originally from Brooklyn, New York. She now lives in Miami with her mother, who will gladly pay anyone who will take her out for a date.
Hello? Oh, look,
No, I can still manage the alimony payments.
No, that was not my question. I was wondering if possibly we could discuss this maybe tomorrow. You see, I have plans to go out this
Dorothy,
evening.
please. I'm afraid to be alone tonight. My world is crumbling around me. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what I might do.
Oh, I do. You'll watch an old Barnaby Jones, eat a half-gallon... Business partners.
And dinner?
Absolutely not. Stanley, you claim that you have changed. Well, so have I. Stan, I have finally come to realize that no matter how hard you try, you cannot fix something that no longer works. I've learned to let go, Stanley.
Don't worry, Dorothy. The reunion will get your mind off of it. The people should be coming in a couple of hours.
The party. I totally forgot. There is no way I can face those people.
Oh, honey, of course you can. You are all friends of Trudy's. You can move forward in the grand tradition of the founders of this, our great country. What office are you running for, Blanche? Fashion show chairman of the Tinkerbells.
Morning, everybody. Rose, honey, I hope you don't mind. I borrowed your golf glove. I have a date to play this morning.
With a man?
No, Blanche, with a Venus flytrap.
Reason why you thought the book was about you. My God, you're right. Oh, except for that part, of course, where Vixen is terrified of losing her looks and growing old alone. I have never felt like that. Of course, me neither. That's what makes it fiction.
अगं दिसतेस पुनवेची चांदणी जशी तूच रंभा अप्सरा तूच उर्वशी दिसतेस पुनवेची चांदणी जशी तूच रंभा अप्सरा तूच उर्वशी करू नको जीवाची दैना माझ्या मिठीत का ग तू येईना मैना ग मैना ग मैना या रागूची तूच हाय मैना
मैना रे मैना रे मैना नाही होणार तुझी मी मैना
मैना ग मैना ग मैना कधी होणार रागूची मैना
मैना रे मैना रे मैना नाही होणार तुझी मी मैना
गुलाब फुला पाहून तुला काळीज हे धडधडत या पिंजरा तोडून वायात उडून पाखरू हे फडफडत या
माझी नशिनी आता झाल्यात पिता तुझंच प्रेम नडतया गावठी नखरा शिक सतरा साऱ्यांच घोडा अडतया
तुझ्या वाचून जीव माझा राहीना मला समजू नका ग तू घेईना
मैना रे मैना रे मैना नाही होणार तुझी मी मैना
मैना ग मैना ग मैना या रागूची तूच हाय मैना
मैना रे मैना रे मैना नाही होणार तुझी मी मैना
रातभर जागून भागणी लागून येडा पिसा झालो बेभान तुझ्या गालाची खळी ग गुलाब कळी ही फिरतीच उठवी तुफान मैना
मैना रे मैना आता झाले मी तुझीच मैना
ग मैना ग मैना ग मैना या रागूची झाली